We're going to do a show later tonight answering all of your fantasy questions, all of your sports betting questions for this weekend. We do have an MLB game tomorrow, but of course, we are ticking down to kick off of NFL Sunday, week 6 of the season. If you guys have questions on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, or Kick, get those questions in here to help you guys out with everything that you guys need. As promised, I came back on live, answer your fantasy questions, help you guys out with everything that you need. So if you have not done so already, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, get those questions in. Like Damian Lopez, 5-1-11. Let's take a look. Damian Lopez. I'd go Trevor Lawrence tomorrow. It's very close. In a number of leagues, I am starting Stafford when I have a bye week or I don't like the matchup I have, but I do like Trevor Lawrence's matchup tomorrow. Kendon. If I trade JJ and Goddard for Puka and Jacobs, do I win? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think that's a good move. Zach, I'd go with Swift. I'd go Swift over Mixon. That's Zach Klingeman. Great to have you with us. Michael, Puka and Eckler for ETN and CeeDee Lamb. Really close, actually. I think I'd rather have Puka and Eckler, but it's very, very close. Really, because Eckler's injury history, but bit of a toss-up. Michael, I'll say this. Very fair trade. It's a very fair trade. I think I like the Puka Eckler side more, but it's very close. Daniel, dude, you won't believe this guy traded Barkley for Justin Jefferson. Daniel, we've been talking about it. Everyone's doing some crazy trades involving Justin Jefferson. I certainly don't get it. Ibrahim, trade Thielen and Kyron for Devontae Adams. I'm okay with it. Just be aware, Kyron has so much value, especially in the red zone. So if you do give him up, I do hope that you've got some depth at the running back position. Tyler Ola is asking Hubbard or DeMercado. I'm going to go with Chuba Hubbard. Sounds like he's going to be getting almost all of the snaps tomorrow, all of the opportunities. So if nothing else, I just like the volume of carries and overall targets he'll get out of the backfield. Tyler Ola, I'd go Chuba Hubbard over DeMercado. Make sure you guys hit that follow button. T. Melly, I'd go Lamar Jackson tomorrow. Really favorable matchup against the Tennessee Titans pass defense. So I'd go Lamar over Tua, T. Melly. Thanks for the question. And Nosebleed Fantasy, thanks so much for helping out with the moderating. Rich, Collins, Garrett, Stevenson. Tough one, Rich, but I'd go Garrett Wilson, Ramondre Stevenson. Those would be the two I'd go with. Carl, Chuba Hubbard or Breece Hall. Great question. I'll lean just slightly towards Breece Hall. I think he's got a greater upside, but there is some risk going up against that Eagles run defense. Dalton Hymas, I'd go David Montgomery. Dalton, you got to go with David Montgomery. Nosebleed, Debo, Pittman, Robinson Jr., Olave, Ingram, Waddle, Ridley in the flex. Ridley, I'd go Ridley. Jason, 21 Smith, James Cook or Henry. I'd lean just slightly towards Henry. James Cook's overall carries have been going down. He's got a good matchup tomorrow, but I would be a little bit wary about James Cook's overall carries. Start Dallas or Minnesota. Start Dallas, Pepe. Start Dallas. Minnesota's got a terrible defense. Will give up a ton of points. Luis Salazar. I'd go with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow tomorrow. Do you think Herbert will get his spot back week 10 or will stick Tyler Ola too far into the future? No way of knowing right now. We've got to play some games. We got to see how Foreman does. Couldn't possibly tell you. User 160. I don't think the Bears know. So I couldn't possibly tell you, Tyler. I don't think the Bears know. User 166. Olave or D-Hop? I'd go Olave. Olave over D-Hop. User 166. Falling in sleep. I'd go Addison. Addison over Nico Collins. If you haven't done so, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you hit the follow button right now. Rob, I'd go Jacobs over Cook. Jacobs over Cook. Do you feel pretty secure starting Stafford this week? Yes, I do. I would start him over Stroud. Jamar and Gibbs for Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and Pollard. I'd go Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and Pollard. Zach Moss or Deontay Foreman. I'd actually go Deontay Foreman. Liz, great to see you, Liz. Great to see you, Liz. Happy to have you with us in today's show. Kofi, I'd go Addison just barely over Pittman. Close, though. Jonathan, I'd go Kyron Williams. Oh, the trade. Yes, I'd do that. Wait, Jonathan, for Justin Jefferson, I'm not doing this again. We've already talked about it. Guys, don't trade for Justin Jefferson, period. There is no offer I would encourage unless it's a keeper league. So no, I would not trade those players for someone who's worthless. Jordan, Laporta playing tomorrow? Yes, he's playing, and I do think he's worth it. Jordan, I do like Laporta tomorrow. Caden Kimes, DeMercado or Foreman? I'd go with Foreman. Caden Kimes, I'd go with Foreman. Brent, do you still trust the Raiders defense now that the Pats have activated Malik Cunningham? I don't know why a third-string quarterback should have me nervous about starting against the Patriots offense. I think the offensive line of the Patriots is bad. The receivers are bad. I don't know why Malik Cunningham is supposed to make a big difference, Brent. Mason, do I trade Breece Hall for Aaron Jones and George Pickens? Yes, I would do that deal. Debo or Zay Flowers? I'd go Zay Flowers. Ryan, by the way, Ryan, Tank Dell is not playing tomorrow. Guys, Tank Dell is out. Tank Dell is not playing tomorrow. He has already been ruled out. So, start 2, it's got to be Hubbard and Foreman just based off of the news I just gave you. Would you start Foreman over Breece Hall or Brian Robinson? Probably not. I'd probably start Robinson 1, Breece Hall 2, but it's close. Matt R. Jack, start 3. I'd go Stevenson, Foreman, and Chuba Hubbard. Stevenson, Chuba Hubbard, and Foreman. Thanks for the questions, guys. Mike, Down or Lockett? I'm going Josh Downs. Believe it or not. Ayo, Moss or Henry? Gotta go Henry. Anthony, thoughts on Keenan Allen's tough matchup? Yeah, it's really tough. I still think I'd probably put him in my lineup just because Herbert's going to throw him the ball plenty of times, but it is a tough matchup against Stephon Gilmore and a Cowboys defense that got embarrassed. I would expect them to play much better tomorrow, so I am a little bit worried about it. If you could substitute him in for someone better, but I doubt it given how valuable he is, where he is probably on the depth chart of your wide receivers. Herbert or Goff? Believe it or not, I'd go Goff tomorrow, just barely. Again, a little bit worried about that matchup against the Cowboys defense for Herbert. Debo or D-Hop? I would go Debo. Debo over D-Hop. I get more Thielen and Breece Hall. I give up Diggs and Spears. I like the trade. Even if I'm 5-0, if I'm not trading Jefferson, these wins are crucial. Daniel, I completely agree with you. Pro fight, I'm starting Thielen, Olave, Michael Thomas at the flex. I have Downs and McLaurin on the bench. Should I change someone? I actually think you're okay. The only thing is you're pretty loaded on that Saints passing game, which I'm not crazy about anyways. So pro fight, while I like Olave and Thomas maybe a little bit more than Downs, maybe I swap him in for one of them if I don't want to be so loaded on the Saints offense. That would be the one thought. What if he wants Laporta and JJ instead of Goddard for Jacobs and Puka? I don't think I'd give up Laporta. I think I'd keep Laporta and give up Goddard no matter what. Aaron, would you start Waddle or Barkley or Foreman at the flex? I'd start Waddle 1, Foreman 2. Pepe and Rico, who would you start out of these 3? Wow, I hate them all. Pepe and Rico, there isn't one player I'd want to start in that group. In fact, I'd be going elsewhere on the waiver wire. Those 3 players didn't attract me at all. So, sorry, but there is literally not one player you mentioned between Miller, Ingram, and Singletary that I'd actually start. So I'd go back to the waiver wire. I'd do some more research. There are other players I'd rather have. Jackson, I'd go CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb, I think, is going to have a massive week this week, guys. So it is a Monday night game, but I love CeeDee Lamb. I put him in player prop bets. I parlay that. I'd also just take him in fantasy DFS where I can. CeeDee Lamb has a great matchup against the Chargers. User 3188. I'm going to lean just slightly towards Moss. The full PPR has me a little bit interested in Palmer, but not as much as Moss. Kane, I traded Josh Allen for Montgomery and Garrett Wilson. Good trade. I think there are other quarterbacks you can pick up week to week. Hard to get a great running back like Montgomery. Sean Hecker, trade DJ Moore, Jones, and Geno for Josh Allen, T. Higgins, and Montgomery. Yes, I actually would do that deal. Allen, Higgins, and Montgomery. I like it. Thoughts on Puka's matchup? Guys, Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua have a phenomenal matchup this week against the Arizona Cardinals. I recommended to you guys last week that I love Jamar Chase because he was going up against the Cardinals. What did he do? He rocked their world. Same thing could be said about Puka and Cooper Kupp this Sunday. I like both wide receivers for the Rams, but unlike last week where I liked both wide receivers against the Eagles, I also like Kyren Williams, one of the few weeks of the season in which I'd say you could start both wide receivers and the running back and still have a really good fantasy output by all 3. Midwest Justice, should I trade Kyren Williams and Smith for Brown and Ayuk? If you're willing to give up the running back, sure. I value the running back a little bit more, though. Wilk Z, pick 2. I'd go Puka, and I'm going to lean just slightly towards Olave over Thielen. It's close, though. Pro Fight 19, I would start Chuba Hubbard, actually. X Kego, pick 1 for the week. I'd go Jacoby Myers. Jessica Gray, would you trade Flowers for Olave? No, I wouldn't. I really like Flowers. I'd keep him. Again, he's the wide receiver 1 on the Ravens, and I think that actually Olave's got more weapons around him in that offense, so I think Flowers is more valuable to the Ravens than Olave is to the Saints. I know it sounds crazy, but it's actually the case. Wilt Z, I love it. Love it. Joey, DeMercado or Taylor? I'd go Taylor. Joey, I'd go Taylor. Jacob, Higgins, D-Hop, Osborne. Easy for me, Jacob. It'd be Higgins and Osborne. You just got to make sure Higgins is healthy enough to go. But if he is, it's Higgins and Osborne. If you guys haven't done so already, hit the follow button. Hit the subscribe button. No matter the platform you're watching on, we're live every single day. We did a show earlier today. We're going to do a show later tonight. I have my Sunday pregame show starting at 9 a.m. tomorrow, everybody. 9 a.m. So we'll be live with you from 9 until probably about 1 o'clock tomorrow. Make sure you hit that follow button, no matter the platform. That way you never miss our show because we are live every single day. Getting back to your questions now. Yoba, I'd go Gabe Davis just barely. I like Downs a lot this week. Davis against the Giants, though, I can't pass on. Ronnie, I don't know who to start. Pierce, Moss, DeMercado, or Chuba Hubbard. It's a really tricky one. I actually think that I'd go... Ronnie, I'm going to go Pierce number 1. I'm going to go Pierce. He doesn't have a great matchup, but he's the true RB1, and I can't really say that about the others. Hubbard's going to get the opportunities, but I think I trust Pierce a little bit more. Swift or Walker this week? I'd go Walker. Love Walker's matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals. Is giving Puka, Thielen, and Stevenson for McCaffrey a bad trade? I don't think it's a bad trade, actually. You're giving up a lot, but you're getting back plenty. Debo or Josh Downs? I'd go Josh Downs, believe it or not. Gabe Davis or Chuba in the flex? I'd go Gabe Davis. User 8281, I'd go Gabe Davis. Evans for Waddle? I would do that trade. User 9769, I would do it. Bronx Braves? Mitchell worth a pickup? No. Drizzy, trade Saquon for CeeDee Lamb and Taylor. Drizzy, do that trade right now. If you're getting CeeDee Lamb, if you're getting Jonathan Taylor, if you're getting the 2 players for just the 1, make that trade right now. Go do it, Drizzy. Go. Go right now. Go do it. AJ22, I'd go with the Raiders defense. Actually, AJ22, I'd go Raiders defense. Who should I trade Rachaad White for? Carson, go do some research. Bring back a name. We'll let you know if it's a good move. Godwin, D-Hop, Myers, Ayuk, start 2. Golfer, that's golf with the flag and then the golfer. I'd go Godwin and Myers. Godwin and Myers. I'd sit D-Hop and Ayuk, and I'd start Godwin and Myers. Thanks, Golfer, for being with us. Chewy Jackson, trade Cousins and Jacobs for Chase. Yes, yes, yes. Chewy Jackson, love that trade if you could pull it off. I have McCaffrey, ETN, Williams, and Swift. Be able to let one go. Yeah, you should be able to let one go. Daniel, Butt Fumble Sports. We really appreciate the kind words, Daniel. You've been so kind to us, saying that we're just a great place for content. We really appreciate that. Guys, if you want all of my picks every single day, like Chris Guerrero, just asked. Oh, breaking news, everybody. Breaking news. We have some breaking news that will impact fantasy tomorrow. Sauce Gardner is out, everybody. Sauce Gardner is not playing tomorrow. Sauce Gardner has been ruled out with a concussion. So if you have A.J. Brown, value shoots way up. If you have Devontae Smith, value shoots way up because overall the Jets defense is not as good. Guys, if you were thinking about taking the Eagles on the spread, do so now. If you can, go get the Eagles right now. We have just found out that Sauce Gardner will not be playing tomorrow. He has been ruled out. So guys, make sure that you guys are aware of that for your fantasy team and your picks. I took the Eagles much earlier in the week. I got them at like -4.5. I loved it then. I love it even more now. So A.J. Brown's value shoots up. Devontae Smith's value shoots up. I would even argue that Swift's value in some ways shoots up because overall the defense of the Jets not as good. We love the Eagles now. We like A.J. Brown a whole lot more than we did just a few minutes ago. So everyone, Sauce Gardner out for Sunday. Not playing, concussion. Shane Aguilar, I'd go Christian Kirk over Zach Moss. V Loans, I'd go Addison number 1, just barely over Godwin, but it's close. Alper, I'm going to go with Justice Hill. Oh no, Alper, I take that back. I go Spears. Both have really good run defenses, but I'll go Spears. Ex-Kego, I'd go Zach Moss. Again, for all of those guys who were jumping into the breaking news just a moment ago, Sauce Gardner has been ruled out for tomorrow. It means A.J. Brown's value definitely goes up. The Nick RB, I'd go Flowers. Over Pittman. Christopher Boyd, Breece Hall, D-Hop, or Osborne. Oof. Probably Osborne's the best play. Breece Hall might have the most opportunities, though. User 1893, trade Olave and James Cook for Breece and Addison. Yes, I would do the trade, I think, actually. I would do the trade. Leo 682, I'd go Christian Kirk. Leo 682, I'd go Christian Kirk. Thanks for the question. Jake, Seahawks or Chargers tomorrow? I'm taking Seahawks or Chargers as in defense. Ooh. I don't like either one. Jake, I'd go find a different defense. I don't like either defense this week if I'm being honest. Bryce, I'd go barely with Addison. Bryce, I'd go Addison. Better matchup. Now that Sauce Gardner is out, do I start Devontae Smith over Jacoby Myers? I don't think so still. It's very close. I like Jacoby Myers' matchup against the Patriots. I still go with Myers. It's very close, ex-Kego, but I'd still go Myers. Anti-Kills 99. I like both Lawrence and Stafford. I'll lean towards Lawrence. He actually has the better matchup against the Colts passing defense. But Anti-Kills 99, very close. You have two quarterbacks who could have pretty good weeks. By the way, I probably will put a player prop bet down on Matthew Stafford tomorrow on his passing yards. Drizzy, does Cousins throw for 2 touchdowns? Drizzy, I'm going to put that down. The answer is yes. I'll probably take that player prop bet tomorrow. I think I already did, actually. If you guys follow my picks on SHARPZ, by the way, you guys can get all of my picks. Just DM me on Instagram. If you want all of my bets every day, just DM me on Instagram. I think I already did. I think I already had Kirk Cousins over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I think I had Josh Allen over 1.5 passing touchdowns. And Joe Burrow over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I actually think I put 3 of them in a parlay, a 3-leg parlay. Yes or no, I get more Thielen and Breece Hall. I give up. Yes, I would do it. Addison over JT. Bryce, I think I would for this week. I still don't like JT's matchup. X-Kego, thanks so much for appreciating the show, saying you like it. We love the support you guys show us. Useful Way, I'd go Kyron Williams. Useful Way, I'd go Kyron Williams. 2 Turnt. We're not going to do any pin tweets right now. 2 Turnt. I'm going to go with Gabe Davis. 2 Turnt. I'm going to go Gabe Davis. Bryce, we got you. DK Metcalf or Pittman. Very close. I think I'd go Pittman, the Nick RB, but it's close. Chuba Hubbard, JT, or Brian Robinson start 2. I might go Robinson and Hubbard. JT, again, I'm just worried about the matchup. Jacob Ander, I'd go Jacoby Myers. Gerardo, you're welcome. Great to have you with us. I just answered that question over on Twitch, the yes or no question. I just answered that. I literally just LLKLOL. I just answered it. Didn't hear it? I said yes. You asked for a yes or no? I gave you the yes. No issue. The answer is yes. Goff or Dak. I'm going to lean just thinking Dallas will be in a shootout game. I would go with Dak just barely, and the only reason is because the Chargers' pass defense is dreadful. Awful. Henny 13. McCaffrey and Kirk for Kamara and Eckler. No. Henny 13, unless you really need the extra running back. I'd rather have McCaffrey and Kirk. The answer is no. Subject Z. Trade Saquon for Justin Jefferson. I think the audience will let you know how I feel about that one. Hustlers only, start 2. I'd start Myers and Collins. Youssef, I want to accept Jones and Devontae Smith for Judy and Swift, but worried because AJ on bye week. I wouldn't worry about it, actually. I understand that you may be worried about it this week, but the trade overall is good value for you, so I'd actually do it. I don't think you're going to get the same offer next week, so I wouldn't do it. Radwan, thanks for watching the show. Appreciate it. Kevin Lee, I'd go Ridley. Nosebleed Fantasy, I'd go Ridley as well. Mario, trade Jacobs and Myers for CeeDee Lamb. I think it's okay. I think you're giving up maybe a little bit too much value, but not. Here's the thing. If you really want CeeDee Lamb, Mario, do it. Pull it. But I do think you're giving up a little bit too much value. Maybe just a hair. It's super close, though. As in, if you wanted to pull the trigger, I'm not going to be like, oh, that's such a terrible trade. No, it's one that maybe you gave up a little bit more in terms of points. But if you really want that wide receiver 1 in CeeDee Lamb, I get it. Kyle, do I give up Pollard and Scary Terry for Miles Sanders and CeeDee Lamb? No. No, you don't, Kyle. No, you don't. William McLean, Stevenson, or Kirk? I'd go Kirk. Fernando 415. That's fun to say. I'd go Ridley over Olave. Ridley over Olave, and I'd go ETN plus Waller for ETN. Yeah, I'd rather have ETN. Are you doing this? I'm giving up Ramondre, Logan Thomas, and Jerry Jeudy for Swift and Njoku and Curtis. You're really just trying to get Swift. You're really trading Ramondre. Like, the answer is I do it because Swift's probably the player I like the most, Parker. But it's a lot of, like, horse trading to only get, one mare. Gerardo, I'd go Burrow. Joe Burrow over Stroud. Joe Burrow over Stroud. I think Joe Burrow could have a really good game against the Seahawks pass defense. They're pretty bad this year. Owen Gab, should I accept Pollard and Collins for Devontae and Gibbs? It's a fair trade. I would do it. Yes, I would. John Durante, Devontae for Lamb and Puka? Yes, if I'm getting Lamb and Puka, I'm doing that deal. Yoba, I own Kirk Cousins. You own him. Man, that's a pretty bold statement. I own Kirk Cousins. Cousins for Najee. I have Hurts and... Look, if you're trading for Najee Harris, you are in a world of pain. Look, Najee Harris may not even be the RB1 on the Steelers anymore. I think that could be Jalen Warren. So if you're thinking that Cousins for Najee is a good trade, it is not. It is not. Najee Harris has so little value at this point. I honestly think he's one of the least valuable running backs that people have on a majority of their rosters. So I really don't like Najee Harris this year. Who is worse right now, Najee Harris or Dalvin Cook? It's Dalvin Cook, but when I'm putting the two in the same category, it tells you how I feel. Toe Eater Bray? I don't even know. Pick two. I'd go Evans and Myers. Evans and Myers, Toe Eater. I'd go Evans and Myers. Jacob Ander, trust Higgins this week with the rib injury or pivot to Lockett. Because they're playing in the same game, you'll know Higgins' status, and you won't be in that awkward position of, do I start somebody, but the other guy's playing later, what do I do? You'll know if Higgins is playing. If Higgins is good to go, if we get word that he's a start, I'd play Higgins. Otherwise, you have that option there. So I think you're in a good place, Jacob, but wait it out. I can't give you the advice right now. Higgins, if healthy, but I got to wait to see if I haven't heard if he's healthy enough to go or not. Eli, should I trade Puka, Breece Hall, Thielen, and Mostert for Hill, Tyreek Hill, Pierce, Wilson, and Higgins? By the way, Jeff Wilson is not playing, guys. Jeff Wilson was downgraded. So Jeff Wilson not playing tomorrow. Puka, Breece Hall, Thielen, and Mostert, I think is the better side of the trade. So that's the side I would go with. Bryce traded Diggs and Bijan for A.J. Brown, Puka, and Breece Hall. Love it, Bryce. Love the trade. Love it, Bryce. You got a good side of it. By the way, I just saw a note. Eckler will have the normal workload tomorrow. So great news for Austin Eckler owners. Austin Eckler will have a normal workload on Monday night. No, they're not going to put him on a limited snap count. They won't have just a set number of carries. So you guys should be in a really good place with Austin Eckler. Toe Eater, I said Evans and I said Myers. Evans and Myers, Toe Eater. Diego, I'd probably go B-Rob. Fernando, he said Evans and Myers. Fernando's got me. Thanks so much, guys. You guys are doing a great job of helping me out. IDK, does Josh Allen go over 300 yards against the Giants? No, because I think they'll run the ball a little bit more. Feels like they'll pull the foot off the brake a little bit. Roberto, Tua, or Joe? I'd go Joe Burrow tomorrow. By the way, I love how you just assume I know who Joe is. Like, obviously it's going to be Joe Burrow, but guys aren't making it easy on Butt Fumble Sports. AJ Canadas. By the way, I don't know if you are related, AJ Canadas. I guess not, because you're the plural of Canadas, but I think one of your cousins is going to lose his job in Pittsburgh pretty soon. AJ Canadas, Pittman or Addison? I'm going to lean just slightly towards Pittman, just barely. I like him in a PPR. Are we sure Ridley over Debo? Yes. Explain, make me want to do that sub. Nosebleed Fantasy, he's got the best matchup. If you don't buy me, don't go with it then. Yo, Nosebleed Fantasy is just pushing my buttons. Yo, I traded Evans, Dalvin Cook, and Dameon Pierce for Olave and Henry. Fair trade, race car, fair trade. Kevin Lee, Ridley or Thielen? I'd go Ridley. Actually, I'm going to do this. Appreciate you guys being with us. OT, I'd go Devontae. Is it Devontae Adams? Either way, I'd go Devontae and Addison. Whether it's Smith or Devontae Adams. OT, I'd go Devontae and Addison. Have Pittman on my bench. I need a running back. Who should I trade him for? You're kind of late in the week to be trading to begin with. I don't think you're going to get anybody by tomorrow, and I'd also like Pittman in my lineup. Bryce, Amon-Ra straight up for JT. It's a fair trade. It might take a week or two for it to really have its value, but I do think rest of the season, I've turned my opinion on Jonathan Taylor rest of season. The moment he got that contract extension, I think he is more committed now than I ever anticipated, so I do like him the rest of the season. Carter, 22. I like, Carter, 22. I don't love giving up Robinson, but I do like getting Puka. Definitely an upgrade at wide receiver. Alex, I'd start Flowers. Oh, wow. Alex, I might start DJ Moore over Flowers. Moore over Flowers, just barely. Mark, I would start Osborne. I do like it. Ospol, thanks so much for the Rosa. Thank you so much, Ospol. Trice, trade Saquon and Brian Robinson for Walker and Pacheco. Yes, I actually do like the trade. Bolo, 105th. I'd go Collins. Bola, I'd go Hollywood Brown. But it's close. Keenan, I'd go Addison. Q-Dog, I traded Moss for Aaron Jones. What do you think? Q-Dog, I like getting Aaron Jones. I think it's the better play. Your Mom, thanks so much for the first gift, Your Mom. Zay Flowers, Scary Terry, or Osborne. Jacob, I'd go Zay Flowers. Emmanuel, help me pick two. I'd go Flowers and I'd go Pittman. Flowers and Pittman. Thanks for the question. Daryl G, should I start Stafford over Josh Allen? I have Puka and Kupp already in there. Then I would go Allen. I love Stafford. I love Josh Allen, two of my favorite quarterbacks this week. But because you're already so loaded on the Rams passing game, I think going with Josh Allen's a fine play to kind of diversify a little bit. Gabe, for my receiver spot, KJ Osborne or Michael Thomas. I actually think KJ Osborne could have the bigger day. He's got the better matchup. Paul Nash, I'd go Laporta. Eli, trade JJ Pittman and DK for Jamar and JT. Eli, really like that trade. Really like it. Adam C, I'd go with Dak. And I'd go Downs. Dak and Downs, Adam C. Sarah, great to have you with us, Sarah. I would go with Evans and Gabe Davis. Sit two. Forgive me. Sarah, sit two. Sorry. I would sit Collins and I would sit Osborne. I think. Damon, I'd go Dak. Just barely. I think Minshew could have a surprise performance against the Jags, but I'll go with Dak. Damon, thanks so much for the question. WJR8. Would you trade Tua and James Cook for Pollard? Yes, I would. If you already have Fields. Guys, if you want all of my picks every single day, make sure you DM me on Instagram. Butt Sports on Instagram. I give out every pick that I make every single day. So if you guys want all of my picks, DM me on Instagram. No, I don't answer fantasy football questions on Instagram, but I do give out every pick that I make every single day. So Butt Sports on Instagram. That's Butt Sports on Instagram. That's the name of my company. Yes, I really did start a company called Butt Sports. DM me on Instagram. I'll share my picks with you. Every pick is free on the SHARPZ app. You don't have to pay money. It's not behind a paywall. You can see every bet that I make, no matter the sport, the type of bet, every single day. So just DM me on Instagram if you want to get all of those picks every single day. Trade Jacobs and Kirk for Devontae and Pierce. I think it's a fair trade. I'll put it that way. I think it's a fair trade. I don't know who actually wins it. It's very close. Minshew or any free agent running backs this week. I'd go Trevor Lawrence. Bryce, I'd go Trevor Lawrence. XX Blue Phase, rate my lineup. I'm not crazy about Herbert this week, but I think it's a B+, A- lineup. I really like it, X Blue Phase. Junior Rose, I'd go Pierce. Thanks so much for being a part of the show, everybody. It's great to have all of you guys watching every day. You guys are the best real sports fans who are asking real questions, just trying to win their weeks and win their bets. I respect you guys so much, and I'm so grateful that you watch our content. Vince, I'd go Zay Flowers over Olave. NBA Takes is asking Purdy or Geno rest of season. It's Brock Purdy. He's shown me everything over the last year and a half to make me believe in the kid. I'll go Purdy rest of season. The Cake 88. I would rather have Pollard. So if you traded Jacobs for Pollard, the Cake 88, I really like it. Sean Sando. Really tough. I like both Kirk and Flowers. I'll lean towards Flowers, I think, but it's very close. I like both of them. Olave Films. I'd go Pollard. I like Pollard for Saquon. I prefer Pollard. Junior Rose. I'd go Ridley. I would go with Ridley. Fernando. I'd go Ridley. Trading Waller for ETN. Fernando, I like it. Torch Lake Kid. I would start Lockett and Thielen. Lockett and Thielen, I think. It's a tough question, though. Appreciate all of you being with us every single day. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the follow button. I'm live every single day. We're doing our show now. I will do another show later tonight. And we have our Sunday pregame show that starts at 9 a.m., everybody. 9 a.m. tomorrow. So if you love the content, the conversation, if you love getting fantasy or sports betting advice, or just ranting about sports, make sure you hit the follow button, whether you're on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, because as you can hear, we're live every day, multiple times a day to help you guys out. X-Kego, pick 2. I'd go Gabe Davis and Chuba Hubbard. Hubbard and Davis. X-Blue Phase, I'd go Jonathan Taylor. I think it's close, though. Smith, Puka trade for CeeDee Lamb. I think CeeDee Lamb ultimately wins, but it's close. I think that Kupp's return impacts that. Darrell Willis, Breece Hall for Henry. It's a fair trade as long as you're not in a keeper. Eduardo, I'd go Laporta. I like Schultz tomorrow, but I'd go Laporta now that I know he's healthy enough to go. Goddard or Laporta, same thing. User 407, I got to go Laporta. I'm hearing he's healthy enough to go. I'll put him in the lineup. Eduardo, just answered that for you. Torch Lake Kid, I'd go Tua. Torch Lake Kid, I'd go Tua. Alex, start 2. I'd start Hollywood Brown and Pierce. Olave Films, who should I start? I would start Flowers and I would start Waddle. Flowers and Waddle, Olave Films. Eric Johnson, I'd go Trevor Lawrence tomorrow. Eric Johnson, I'd go Lawrence over Purdy. Thanks for the question. Jay, thanks so much for supporting the show. Jay, I'd go with Stevenson. Danny, 7NL, I'd go Brian Robinson. Danny, 7NL, I'd go Brian Robinson over Moss. Lucci DeMeo, I'd go with JT, as in Jonathan Taylor. I'd go Jonathan Taylor and London, but Lucci DeMeo, you made that harder on me than it should have been. Who do I start at the flex? I'd go Thielen, Dante Thielen. Rate my team in the 14-man. It's a B+. It's a B+ team. Guys, by the way, I should also mention, I also give out my favorite bets every Sunday morning in our Sunday newsletter. So my favorite game picks, my favorite player prop bets, and our DFS lineup. So the SHARPZ app has every bet that I make every day. If you want all of my bets every day, you can DM me on Instagram. That's how you get them. But if you want my favorite NFL picks every Sunday morning in your inbox, all you have to do is go to our website, buttfumblesports.com, and sign up for our free newsletter. You heard that right. The newsletter is free. It will be in your inbox at 6 a.m. tomorrow. I've already been building it. Favorite game picks. We usually have about 7 or 8 game picks we put in there. We put in our DFS lineup that we will be playing tomorrow, so you can literally mirror it. You can create the fantasy lineup, the DFS lineup that I made, and I give out all of my favorite player prop bets. So if you want every bet that I make every day, DM me on Instagram. But if you want my favorite picks for NFL Sunday, every Sunday of the season, go to my website, buttfumblesports.com, and sign up for our free newsletter. That free newsletter has our favorite game picks, our favorite player prop bets, and has that DFS lineup. So if you go to our website, buttfumblesports.com, by the way, you can get merch just like this. You can get merchandise, buttfumblesports.com, though. Sign up for the free newsletter. It'll be in your inbox at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Plenty of time to make your bets, get your DFS lineup in. Again, those are my favorite plays. I give out every bet that I make, but not all bets are made equal. The picks that I put in the newsletter, those are my favorites. That's my firstborn child. That is my favorite. So if you guys want my favorite picks for tomorrow, just go to our website, buttfumblesports.com, and sign up for the free newsletter. By the way, as you guys can hear, I don't want to make you guys pay for things. I tell my sponsors, make it free or give me something that I can make it accessible. The newsletter, though, is mine. So make sure you guys go over there. It's absolutely free and will be in your inbox at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Back to your fantasy questions. Nosebleed. Great to have you with us, Nosebleed. You're the man. Cup of Joe 2. Trade Higgins, Addison, and Dell for Barkley, Moore, and Collins. I like it barely, Cup of Joe, but I'm not crazy about it. It's a good trade, but the answer is I do it, but I'm not like, oh, I'm so excited about it. Okay, Adam. Help out, please. Of course. Should I trade Kirk and Myers for Lamb in London? The answer is yes, I do it, because Lamb is that valuable. Lamb's the best player in the trade, but Adam, it's fair. It's a fair deal. Boo boo, boo boo. I'd go Godwin tomorrow. Boo boo, B-U-B-U. I'd go Godwin over JT and Wilson. Thanks for being with us. Alex, I'd go Addison. Alex, if I had to pick one, Alex Cannell, I'd go with Addison. Amari for Montgomery, and I already asked, but just making sure. Jahmyr Gibbs and Chase and Gibbs for... Okay. J Money, I'd rather have Montgomery. I would trade Cooper for Montgomery. I like that. And J Money, I would make the deal. I'd rather have Amon-Ra St. Brown and Pollard. So yes to both trades. Yes to both trades. Fernando, rate the team. Ridley, Mahomes, Ridley, Olave, Laporta, Rashad. You got a running back problem, but other than that, I love it. It's a B-plus team because you got the running back problem. Aiden Bleeks asked me to rate that team. With no Justin Jefferson, it certainly impacts it. It would have been an A. You had a loaded team before the Justin Jefferson injury. If it goes down, it's only by it's an A-. So you got a loaded team, Aiden Bleeks. Charter Meefton. I'd go Foreman. Great question, Charter Meefton. Both have good matchups, Madison and Foreman. I would go with Foreman, though. He's just the running back I trust more. Appreciate you guys being with us. G Breezy, I'd go Pollard. G Breezy, I'd go Pollard over JT. Sean, I'd go Devontae Smith. Sean, I'd go Devontae Smith. Again, if you guys are just joining us, Sauce Gardner has been ruled out tomorrow. No Sauce Gardner for the Jets tomorrow. I think that helps the passing game of the Eagles quite a lot. Ben Stone, I'd go Flowers over Waddle. Ben Stone, I'd go Flowers over Waddle. Brendan Wentland. I think you could start Chuba Hubbard. He's going to get a lot of carries tomorrow. That's where the real value is. Nav knows I'd go Lockett. Nav knows I'd go with Lockett over Palmer. X Kego, should I give Devontae Smith and Moss for CD Lamb? Yes, I do like that trade, X Kego. Appreciate all those that are with us. Hit that follow button if you're watching on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Kick, doesn't matter the platform. Hit that follow button. We're live now. I will be live again later tonight and, of course, for our Sunday pregame show. So if you haven't done so already, hit that follow button. Your boy T. You got to go Christian Kirk this week, your boy T. Thanks so much for supporting the show, your boy T. I'd go Christian Kirk. Parth Patel. If you need the running back, I like the trade. If you need the running back, I like it. Modelo times 64. I'd go Addison. Modelo time, I'd go Addison in the flex. Coach, Mike Evans, Waddle, Jacoby Myers, or Gabe Davis. Choose three. Okay, if I'm choosing three, I'd go Evans. I'd go Evans, Myers, and Davis. I love Waddle. I don't like benching him. But if you're only saying pick three, I'd go Evans, Myers, and Davis. Marek Boudreaux. Pick two, Waddle, Ridley, Smith, or Pittman. I would go Ridley and Pittman. Marek Boudreaux, I'd go Ridley and Pittman. Thanks for the question. Jabba Frog 10, I'd go Conklin. Jabba Frog 10, I'd go Conklin. Manuel, do I start Pollard this week? Absolutely start Pollard. Grant Williams, I'd go Pittman over Mixon. Grant Williams. Pittman over Mixon. Sean, I'd go Breece Hall, I think. It's close. Madison has the good matchup. Breece Hall doesn't. But Breece Hall's going to get more carries. Torn. I'll go Hall. Trade Olave for Jones. Yeah, we answered that one. Parker, I'd go Pittman over Debo. Appreciate all of those that are with us. Again, if you want all of my favorite NFL picks for tomorrow, make sure that you go over to our website, buttfumblesports.com, and sign up for our free newsletter if you want my favorite picks every day. By the way, when you guys download the SHARPZ app, you just need to look up Butt Fumble Sport. There's no S on the name, and you guys will find all of my picks. Again, if you want all of my picks, DM me on Instagram. If you want my favorite picks, go to the website, sign up for the newsletter. Eli, I'd like to have CD Lamb, but you're giving up a lot. Eli, if you want to do it, sure. I think Pierce has value, but it's okay, Eli. I would approve the trade. I'm not crazy about it, but I would approve it. JJ Hurwitz. I go Cole Kmet barely over Ferguson, but I will go Cole Kmet just barely. Appreciate you guys being with us. Ben Scott, DK and Gibbs for Kyron and Romeo Dobbs. Fair deal? Oof. I think it's a fair trade. I don't know which side I'd rather have. I think I'd rather have DK and Gibbs, but it is a fair trade, Ben. Ryder Hack. If Higgins is healthy, Higgins is the better play. Ryder Hack, Higgins, if he's healthy, is the better play. DeBirds 20, Kenneth Walker III. DeBirds 20, Kenneth Walker III is the better play. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. If you're watching over on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, get those questions in, everybody. Here to help you out. Torch Lake Kid, should I start Hubbard over Myron or... No. Torch Lake Kid. Kyron Williams is a must start tomorrow. Kyron Williams is going to get in that end zone. Modelo time, I'd go Laporta. Colby, I'd go Tyler Boyd, but it's close. Cameron, I'd go Ridley and I'd go Cup. Ridley and Cooper Cup, Cameron. Keir, K-E-I-R, I'd go Komet over Kittle, believe it or not. It's awesome having all of you guys with us every day. Chris Simmons, Ayuk for Breece Hall. I'd be okay with it. If you really need the running back, I get it. Olivia, start Olave or Derrick Henry. Oh, brutal. I'm going to say... Man, the Ravens' run defense is too good. I got to go Olave. Olivia, I got to go with Olave. Carl Fitzpatrick or Carly, I'd go DJ Moore over Pittman. Addison, Kyron Williams or Garrett Wilson. Tia GCN, I'd go Kyron Williams. Olave or Ridley to trade. I think I'd rather trade Olave, believe it or not. What do you think about Herbert this week? Sebastian, don't like his matchup, don't like the opportunity, so not as crazy about him. Your mom, thanks so much for supporting the show, your mom. So grateful for it. Pick 2, Ramondre Stevenson, Spears, Madison, DeMercado, or Ford. I'll go with Stevenson and Madison, believe it or not. Your mom, I'd go Stevenson and Madison. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure that you hit that follow button. Make sure that you're following Butt Fumble Sports. We are live every single day, and I will be live later tonight. So, if you haven't gotten your question answered and you're like, come on, Butt Fumble Sports, get to my question, hit that follow button. We'll be live later tonight, and we will be live starting at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Bruno, I'd go Hollywood Brown. I'm going to do a rapid fire, guys. I want to get to a lot of people's questions, so forgive me. We're going to do a rapid fire right now. How about this? When we hit our live goal, I'll do a rapid fire. We're close enough to the live goal. I'll incentivize you guys. We're 25 roses away. So when we hit our live goal, I'll do a rapid fire, and I'll answer everybody's question. We'll just rip through a bunch of them. Yeah, see, we're going to get to our live goal in like 2 seconds because of you guys. And that way we can rip through everyone's question. Awesome. You guys are awesome. You guys are the best. Appreciate you guys supporting the show. Thank you guys so much. You guys ready to do some rapid fire? Yeah, Butt Fumble Sports, we're ready. Oh, yeah, you guys sound so pumped. Okay, let's do rapid fire. You guys ready? We're going to do rapid fire in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lock into hyperdrive. Let's go. B, I'd go Falcons defense. I'm going to be very fast now. So, guys, listen for your handle, and I'm going to say the answer to your question. Jake Schneider, I'd go Downs. I'd go Downs over D-Hop. Mr. Orozco, sorry, I'm butchering that. Mr. Orozco, I'd go Evans and Waddle. Evans and Waddle would be the 2 I'd pick. I'd sit Ayuk. Thanks so much for the question. Great to have you with us every single day. Colin, I'd go Higgins. As long as he's healthy, Colin Melnick, I'd go Higgins over Cook. Eli, I'd go Stevenson over Ford. Eli, I'd go Stevenson over Ford. La Cosa Nostra, is CeeDee Lamb and Breece Hall too much for Cup? Yes. La Cosa Nostra, you're giving up too much. Tats and Scars, I'd go Chuba Hubbard. Justin Robson, start 2. I would start Smith and Godwin. Oh, let me take that back. Justin Robson, I'd start Godwin and Addison. Thanks for the question. Sacks. I'd go with Jacoby Myers. Etregensky. I go Logan Thomas over Jonnu Smith. Stephen Hall, pick 2. I'd go with DJ Chark and Robert Woods. Tia GCN. I'd go with Puka And rank them best to worst. I'd go Puka 1, Addison 2, Waddle 3, Amon-Ra St. Brown 4, and Garrett Wilson 5. Man, am I not the best or what for doing that? Let's get to more questions. Chris B, I'd go Mixon. Chris B, I'd go Mixon. GSEP88. Believe it or not, I'd go Foreman. GSEP88, I'd go Foreman over London. A bunch of black squares. Should I trade Saquon if he doesn't play this week? Yes. I think Saquon is running out of value very quickly for you. Walter, is Brian Robinson and Downs for Judy and Khalil Herbert a good trade? No, I'd rather have Robinson and Downs. It's not even close, too. Robinson and Downs have a lot more upside. Nick Ireland. I'd go JT over Madison. I love how you spell Madison, by the way. Retro Dad, thanks so much, Retro Dad. You're the best, dude. We appreciate Retro Dad. Everyone, show Retro Dad some love. Devin. Jefferson for Waddle. Devin, do it right now. Devin, get off this live. Go make that trade right now. Brody Irway. I'd go Devontae Smith. Again, no Sauce Gardner tomorrow. Think that helps the passing game of the Eagles all the way around. So I like Smith over Ayuk. Thanks so much for the question. If you guys are watching on YouTube, you can get your questions in as well. Don't hesitate. Wendy Potter, I'd go Flowers. That's my favorite player out of that group. Frankly Cross, I'd go Jacoby Myers over Amari Cooper. Eli, I'd go Pittman over Hopkins, Eli. Reese, Waddle over Addison or Hopkins. It's close. I might actually like Addison more than Waddle, believe it or not. Brody Irway, Devontae Smith. Bald and Board, I'd go Christian Kirk, just barely over Godwin, but it's very close. Retro Dad, great to have you with us. Woodsy 20, I'd go Chuba Hubbard. Ghost Kid 1326, I'd go Terry McLaurin. He has a terrible matchup, but I still like him more than Palmer. Joe Kuandi, go Kuandi 21. I'd go Mayfield over Stroud. Austin, I'd go Flowers over Olave. Chris Meek, I'd go Kmet over Laporta, believe it or not. The injury impacts it a little, but I also love the matchup Kmet has against the Vikings secondary. Kofi, I'd go Ferguson over Pitts. Antone Deemers, should I trade Gibbs for Ford? No, I wouldn't do it. Smiles 87, I'd go Pittman. The Higgins injury has me a little worried. Dave and Busters, I'd go Geno Smith. Jay, out of the three, you're asking me to pick three. Jay, I'd go Cooper Kupp. I'd go Waddle and Higgins. Jay with the boxing gloves. I'd go Kupp, Waddle, and Higgins. Those would be the three. GSEP, I'd go Foreman and Davis. GSEP 88, I'd go Foreman and Davis. Appreciate you guys being with us every single day. It's my username. I'd go Foreman. I would go with Foreman. Joshua B, I'd go Foreman as well. I'd go Foreman barely over Osborne. NBA takes. Who can I get for Myers and Amari Cooper? Definitely a wide receiver one and an RB1. Marco, I'm going to lean just slightly towards Higgins if he's healthy. Both players have been banged up this week. It sounds like Amon-Ra St. Brown isn't going to have any issues, but Higgins has the better matchup. So Marco, I lean towards Higgins if he's healthy. Greg Howard, I'd go Lockett. Austin Clace, pick three. I'd go Wilson, Kirk, and Debo. I'd sit Hopkins. I'd go Wilson, Kirk, and Debo. Flo, if I had to pick one, I'd go Osborne. I'd go with Osborne, I think. Israel, I would trade. Israel, you're giving up a lot, but I would do the deal. Waddle and Kamara for Chase, I think you're giving up a lot, but it may be worth it. Drizzy, Drake London, over 3.5 receptions. I'd have to dive into it a little bit, Drizzy. I haven't looked at it just yet. Here, really quick, let's do some research on it using our Outlier app. Again, Outlier is the best sports data tool I have ever found. I've worked in media, I've worked with StatsInc, I've worked with a number of companies. There is no app that's accessible to the average bettor, the average sports fan, that's better in breaking down data and giving you good analytics, good implied probabilities. Drake London, over 3.5 receptions, is a decent play according to the implied probability. It does have the better play. Here's the only problem. It's only cashed 2 out of 5 games this year. That's why I'm kind of hesitant. Now, here's the thing. When they've been at home, this is cashed. This is cashed 2 out of the last 3 home games. Certainly something on my mind because of this is actually cashed 5 out of his last 6 home games. So Drizzy, I would take the over. I will approve that only because the trend suggests that over 3.5 receptions at home is a good bet. 5 out of the last 6 games at home it's hit. So Drizzy, Drake London, over 3.5 receptions. I'm even going to put that one up on my big board. You got me excited about that one. So we're going to throw this one up on the big board as well. Didn't know we were going to do that, but Drake London over 3.5 receptions is actually a good bet. It's a good play, everybody. So if you're looking for it, there you go. Getting back to your fantasy questions. Austin, I'd start Logan Thomas. I don't trust Pitts. Josh, I'd go with Foreman and Kittle. Jeffrey, I'd go Addison. Jeffrey, I'd go Addison. C. Hicks, I'd go Moss and Hall. C. Hicks 85, I'd go Moss and Hall. If I've answered your question, make sure you hit that follow button, just like Tyler Allshouse did. Tyler Allshouse, thanks so much for becoming a follower of Butt Fumble Sports. Would you trade Diggs for A.J. Brown and ETN? Yes, I would. Really good value you're getting back, so yes, I would. Triggered, I'd go Michael Thomas. Chase Johnson, Ridley and Jacobs for Jefferson and Ford. No, Chase. I'd rather have players that are playing. I'll take Ridley and Jacobs. Marquise Hampton Jr. Ooh, tough question. I'll go with Palmer. It's a great question, Marquise Hampton. I don't have a good answer for you. I don't want to ride with Zach Wilson. That's what you're hearing. I'd rather bet on Justin Herbert than Wilson. It's a great question, though, man. I'm going to lean towards Palmer, but that's a tough one. Great question. I'm sorry I don't have a higher conviction answer for you. Owen, I'd go Osborne. Owen Fredette, I'd go Osborne. Andres, pick 3. I'd go Addison, CeeDee Lamb, and Christian Kirk. So Kirk, Lamb, and Addison, Andres would be the 3. Gino, I'd go KJ Osborne. Nur Hellinger, I'd go Flowers. Austin, thoughts on Olave? He's getting me a little nervous. This week's a tough matchup. That's why I don't like him. This week's a tough matchup. That's why I would avoid him this week. If you guys want all of my bets every single day, DM me on Instagram, guys. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. I'll share a referral code and link. You can get every bet that I make every day. Doesn't matter the sport. Doesn't matter the type of bet. I give them all away for free on the SHARPZ app. Just DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Julio, I'd go Devontae Smith. Eli with the question mark, I go Addison and Wilson. Eli with the question mark, I go Addison and Wilson. TC Carr, I'd go Pittman over Palmer. TC Carr. Follow, I'd go Pollard over Swift. And follow, you're giving me a great transition here. Hope all of you guys are hitting that follow button. If you love the content, the conversation, hearing me go through all of these pieces of advice or all of these tidbits or barely, I think. Stacks, I'd go Montgomery. Over Swift. HMC Caro, should I trade Diggs and Kamara for Tyreek and Saquon? Yes, I actually would do that deal because Tyreek Hill's that valuable. Dylan Snow, I'd go Ramondre Stevenson, actually. He's got the best matchup. Isaiah Daniels, should I trade Hollywood Brown and Ridley for Kupp and Madison? No. Isaiah Daniels, the answer is no. I'd rather have Brown and Ridley, I think. Unless you really need the running back. Jeffrey, I'd go Jake Ferguson. I traded Etienne and Brown for Montgomery, Kyron, Kirk, and Amari. Did I get robbed? No, you did the robbing. I love the trade. Thomas or Waller, happy I'd go Logan Thomas. My guy, I'd go Josh Downs. DS147, I'd go Smith and Myers. Apple, should I trade Hurts for Justin Jefferson? Apple, no, you shouldn't. That's a bad trade. Appreciate you guys being with us. Scrib72, I'd go Christian Kirk. Scrib72, I'd go Kirk just barely over Pittman. Who should I trade Kyron for? I'd keep Kyron Williams. He's got great value. Why are we giving up a good running back? Launcho, do I play Pierce or Breece Hall? I'll go with Pierce, but I don't feel great about it. Breece Hall just has a brutal matchup. Andrew Roberts, Lamar Jackson, and Wilson for Devontae. If you have another quarterback, sure, but I'm not crazy about the trade. Nolan, Bijan or Etienne, very tough. I like both of them. I'll go with Bijan just barely, though. I'll go Bijan barely over Etienne. I like both, though. You really can't go wrong. Ryan, I go Chuba Hubbard and Debo. Ryan, Hubbard and Debo. Appreciate all of those who are with us. Again, if you want my favorite bets for NFL Sunday, go to our website, buttfumblesports.com, and sign up for the free newsletter. That newsletter will be in your inbox at 6 a.m. tomorrow. So if you need my favorite NFL game picks, my favorite player prop bets, and you want the DFS lineup that I will be playing tomorrow before anyone else gets it, I won't post it on Instagram until probably like 10 o'clock tomorrow. So if you want my favorite NFL bets tomorrow, go to our website, buttfumblesports.com, and sign up for the free newsletter. The newsletter is free. It will be in your inbox at 6 a.m. tomorrow, everybody. 6 a.m. tomorrow with my favorite NFL game picks, my favorite player prop bets, and the DFS lineup that I'm going to be riding with. So if you want all of that in your inbox at 6 a.m. tomorrow, go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. That's the name of my company, buttfumblesports.com. Sign up for the free newsletter. It will be in your inbox tomorrow with a ton of winning tickets. I promise you that. With that said, I am going to jump off live now. I will be live later tonight. So don't worry, I'm not done being live today on Saturday. Make sure you hit that follow button because I will be live later tonight. So make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're a member of Butt Fumble Sports' audience and community because I will be live later tonight. And our pregame show is at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So we will do another show later tonight, probably like 10:30, and then I will do my pregame show for NFL Sunday at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Because there's another London game, we will be on at 9 a.m. So hit the follow button right now. Hit that follow button. I will answer all questions. I'll get to all of your sports bets tonight and tomorrow morning. Make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you're subscribing because I will be live multiple times between now and the kickoff of NFL Sunday for Week 6. I so appreciate you guys being with us every single day. If you guys don't hear me say it enough, thank you. Tylen, thanks so much for subscribing. Great to have you as a subscriber, Tylen. Thank you for making my day. That literally just made my day, made my life. You guys are the best. I hope you guys stay healthy. I hope you stay safe. And thank you. Thank you for making my company and this network so successful. It's all because of you guys. It's all because of you. And that's why I'm live every single day. If you want all of my bets, DM me on Instagram. If you want my favorite bets for tomorrow, go to our website and sign up for the newsletter. And if you want more Butt Fumble Sports content, conversation, or live show, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, because I will be live later tonight and tomorrow morning. Until later tonight, I'll let you guys go. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Have a great evening. I will be live later tonight, so hit that follow button right now. That way you can get your question in, hear our advice later this evening. Until then, have a great night, everybody. Goodbye.